and the other pieces were picked up by the drivers. But that's it for brands, and we're away north, with our next visit to Oulton Park, where the Northwestern Centre is holding its July meeting. First on the line, the Formula Lieb cars for their 10-lap race. There's a last-minute scramble to get Peter Horton's Lotus Chevy to fire. And at 2 minutes to the off, they're still struggling. But as the flag falls, the Lotus is away, and it's other people who need a push. John Bridges was first across the line in his Brabham. And as the less fortunate wait for a tow, the saloons are howling their way down to Cascades. First time round at Lodge, and Barry Pearson is just ahead. And one hardly dare look as Forrester does a three-point turn in the middle of the track. That's Forrester again, and he always takes the same line at this corner. Clubman Sports Cars next, and we end our visit to Oulton with their hectic 10-lapper. Well, if you think he got it wrong, take a look at the next character. And it's all over for us too, as we pack the cars away and move south to Castle Coo in Wiltshire, where the Southwestern Centre is lining them up for a full day's racing. Off the line, Dibley's Camaro was leading the Saloon Car race, but he had to come through from the back of the grid. And now, the countdown for the Mark sports car race. It's the last chance to check tyres. Or to have a quick pray. Off the start, John Lewis in the E-Type outdragged John Chatham in his big Healy. And after 10 laps of really hairy motoring, this was the order at the end. But nobody could describe the race as uneventful, as one of the most monumental shunts of all time had taken place at Quarry Bend on the first lap. Mrs. Koenig in her Sprite had rolled 5 times, but without injury. And to see how it happened, let's roll back to lap 1 at Quarry Bend. And Mrs. Koenig stepped out of that completely unharmed. And so we press on with the second saloon car race. Anglia's to the fore, and the Minis are nearly shunting at the start. Jeff Mabbs in a Ford-engined Mini heads the mob off the start. But by Quarry, it was wide open. The second half of the race saw a duel between Ron Fry in the Anglia and John Chappell in the Mini, with only a few thous between them. John Chappell was first home, but Ron Fry broke the class record to end a hard day's dicing. The BRSCC 500 brings the world's fastest sports cars to Brands Hatch for the final round of the Manufacturers' Championship. The world's top drivers are here to do battle over the full circuit for 6 hours. Surtees with ex-Ferrari team manager Tavoni. First time in England for the Chaparral. And a full Ferrari works team of P4s out to dislodge Porsche from their 1-point lead in the championship. The Ferrari pit was immaculately laid out at the start, and the entry list reads like an international who's who of motor racing, with Phil Hill and McLaren, Club Secretary Siren with Denny Hughes, a full Ferrari team, Siffert in the Porsche, Hill and Rindt, also Porsche, Herman, again Porsche, Westbury, Lola. And as the minutes tick by to 12 noon, the flag is raised for the start of the 6-hour BOAC 500, the first time ever in England for such a collection of the fastest sports cars in the world. At the end of lap 1, Surtees leads in the Lola. And with 6 hours racing ahead, the pits provided as much interest as the track.